It's food o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Really dark, horrible morning this morning. Rain's coming down, lights are on in the conservatory. So I thought, let's put the kettle on and let's review some itsu rice noodles. These are spicy ramen flavour, eat beautiful, handcrafted miso broth blended with the sesame and a hint of chilli. It cost me about £1.50 from Sainsbury's. So filter the water level. Oh, leave for 5 minutes. Looking for the instructions then. I was like, how do I win something with a QR code? So yeah, I'm gonna add the sauce, add the water to the line, stir. 5 minutes this. Right, so there they are. There's the rice noodles. Here's the sauce. It's a handcrafted broth. Yakudo and his broths. Very, very proud of them, I think. Ooh, can you see that? Ooh, yeah, look at that. Yashihuro, not Yakudo. So just boiling the kettle again. I have had some of these noodles before, not had the spicy ramen flavour. This is more of a new one. So I'm always one, I leave the lid half open. It said you can pull it off completely, but I'm going to pull that back over just to help it cook a bit. Right, you've got a fill line in the middle, of course. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to give that a bit of a stir around now with a fork. Everything's underneath in that hot water. Cover it. And I'll be back in 5 minutes when it's cooked. Right, it's been 5 minutes. Let's take the lid off. I have given them a stir. I found the QR code that they want you to scan to maybe try and win something. It's just on the inside there. But the broth, let's have a look. Let's have a look at these noodles then. For £1.50, I have seen these restaurants. I went to London 2 years ago, and I remember seeing one of these restaurants, and they look fantastic. The Itsu restaurant, Japanese restaurant, it looked amazing. Didn't have a chance to go in myself. I was just passing. I would probably go to a beer festival or something along those lines. But yeah, I've definitely seen their restaurants there. So rice noodles. This for me is all about kind of like a healthy way of eating something from a pot like this. It's not really giving me any traffic lights on here. It's not telling me if it's healthy or not, but it being rice and being boiled water, I'm pretty sure that they're going to be a healthy alternative to, say, something like a chicken burger. In terms of flavour, in terms of the noodle is a little bit sticky. Ideally, probably it could benefit for kind of like 2 more minutes in the water probably. Spicy ramen. How spicy can these things be? I mean, there's a bit of a kick on the back of the throat here. It's tongue. It's kind of like the tongue is taking the brunt of the chili spice. Isn't it funny? Different spices, different foods, they catch you in a very different way. You can have some foods that kind of like warm the whole inside of your throat. Some hot foods will kind of grab you on the inside of the cheeks. This is grabbing me very much on the tongue. This is kind of like tongue first spice. It's not kind of like enveloping my whole mouth in spice. It's a nice flavour, it's a nice broth. In terms of the base flavour, it's not really barbecue sauce, it's not really tomato sauce. It's kind of its own thing. It's a bit like exactly what it is, I suppose, a Japanese gravy. Very nice. Because of the consistency of the broth, you can just see here it's not sticky. It's not kind of like I don't feel like the noodles are taking much of that kind of flavour into the noodle. They're more, a lot of the flavour is coming in the broth itself. Just add some celery or something there. Right, now, pardon me, itchy nose. I'm like a small child in front of a camera, rubbing their nose. What do they call it? Silver sleeves. Drinking the broth has offered a far more spicy experience. Drinking the broth now is past the tongue. It's the inside of the cheek, it's the back of the throat. And it's a lovely warming spicy flavour. And you can really chow down. I'm definitely like a small child today, aren't I? You can definitely chow down on these noodles. You can definitely get into them and kind of like, if you're hungry. Do they fill a hole? Yeah, they kind of, this is my breakfast. It's currently 9 o'clock in the morning. This is my breakfast today. And I just fancied it. I seen them on the shelf in the kitchen. I looked out the window. You can probably hear the rain. Dark and miserable. Yellow weather warning of rain. And I thought, this is perfect. Spicy ramen noodles. Oh, beautiful. So I think I'm going to have one more mouthful of these noodles, another drink of the broth, and then I'm going to rate them. Oh. They're really nice. They're a really, really healthy alternative to something maybe what bachelors would offer you, or pot noodle, or some of these kind of like cheap noodles. They seem a much healthier option. The spice, it seems very clean tasting, if that makes sense. The rice noodles, the more I eat them, the more I'm enjoying them. And the chili spice is just rather nice. That rhymed. 8 out of 10. I'm going to say 8 out of 10 for these noodles. £1.50. Yeah, I'd buy them again. Definitely buy them again. If I was looking to kind of like maybe diet or you know, look for a healthier lifestyle, then I definitely have these in my life. Definitely. So 8 out of 10. Thanks for watching. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.